Welcome to today's edition of 2020. For years, people have been commenting on the environmental issues the Earth is facing, but today, these problems are more drastic than ever. According to a recent MIT study, the Earth is likely to heat up by about 9 degrees Fahrenheit by 2100, as opposed to the 4.3 degrees we originally thought. One of the major reasons for this is the emission of greenhouse gases and carbon. The average carbon footprint for an American is 20 metric tons per year. Even a homeless person emits about 8 metric tons per year. With 300 million people living in America, well, you can do the math. So what can we do about this issue? Politicians have proposed various solutions such as cap-and-trade systems to control carbon emissions, much like the system used to cut back the gases blamed for acid rain. Another idea is to create carbon banks, vast forests that absorb tons of carbon. Preventing logging and deforestation will allow the trees to remove carbon emissions from the environment. But one of the best solutions out there today is intended to both save the environment and stimulate the economy. We have expert Jana Persky here today to talk to us about it. You've been in the news a lot lately for your idea. Can you briefly explain it to us?
Yes, definitely. The main purpose of my idea is to create financial benefits for those who live an environmentally friendly life, and especially for companies that are focused on being green. One of the key producers of greenhouse gases is cars. Since American car companies are struggling today, we want to provide grants and stimulus funds to these companies if they produce environmentally friendly cars.
And what would you define as environmentally friendly?
We would give compensation based on the number of cars companies make that are hybrids and get over 35 miles per gallon. This may cause issues for some companies because they may have to completely revamp their production, but in the long run, this should pay off.
What else are you proposing?
One of the things we are talking about is giving grants to any companies that show an effort to be green. We haven't defined what this specifically means yet, but basically companies that are focused on reducing carbon emissions, using solar power, and practicing environmentally friendly behaviors would receive rewards.
This all sounds good for the companies, but how would your proposal benefit the everyday person?
Well, other than just creating a healthier environment, we would provide tax grants to citizens who help the environment by buying hybrids, investing in solar power, and so on.
Finally, what are your plans to expand this proposal beyond America?
Since Americans are kind of a model for the world, we would like to start by implementing this program in the United States. However, global warming and carbon emissions are obviously a worldwide issue, so we would like to see the UN create an environmental committee with the support of the World Bank so that we can implement some of our proposals throughout the world.
Thank you, Jana. These are certainly some interesting ideas, and I hope that some of our politicians take notice. That's all for today on 2020. Please join us next week to discuss more of today's most important topics.